Yes, you are welcome to my channel. You are welcome to E-NOLLY TV. Please subscribe to this channel, share to your loved ones, share to your friends, share to everybody you know. People have been asking me, how can I grow my channel? Me, what will I do to make my channel reach the target they need? According to YouTube policy, you need 1,000. I will be telling you how to grow your channel. Just help me share this video to anyone to love. Anywhere you want them, if you want anybody to grow, please share this video and please comment. Anything you want, any question you want to ask, please put it down on the comment button. Thank you. Let's go. I'm coming back. Welcome back. Yes, now I'll be telling you 10 ways you can grow your channel. 10 ways you can grow your channel effectively. People have been saying, people have been doing so many things on YouTube channel, doing this and that, but this is the solution you need. This is what you want. This is what you need to know. This is the raw truth about YouTube. Now let me go in details. Now, number one ways you need to grow your channel is this. You have to create a brand. Yes, create a brand. Creating a brand is one of the ways YouTube will recognize you. Creating a brand, what do I mean by creating a brand? Your content is a great. Then what about your channel? Is your channel a great one? You'll be creating great content, but your channel, is it a great one? That is what you have to ask yourself. Now, creating a brand makes your YouTube channel unique and professional. Creating a brand makes everything about your channel to be superb. So you have to what? Create a brand. Number two ways you want to things you to do for you to get your channel to the top is engage your audience. What do I mean by engaging your audience? You have to invite them. You have to tell them to subscribe to your channel. Tell them to click the comment button. Tell them to hit the bell to subscribe to your channel. For you to get this done, you have to make your audience know your next upload. Yes, notify them on your next upload. If you're doing a comedy, try to tell them to subscribe. Talk to them. YouTube is all about interaction. Interact with your audience. Make them know your next upload. Make them know what you have next. Yes, that is how you have to grow your YouTube channel. Let me take build your videos around a single keyword. Yes, you have to use a keyword. Do you know that keyword makes your channel, as in to get more traffic? Keyword make your channel to get more traffic. It is the best way to get traffic using a keyword. For instance, you are doing a comedy video. You are you do comedies. You have to what? Search for keyword. Do you know that you can use keyword on your title? Do you know that you can use keyword on your description when you are describing your channel? Do you know that you can use your keyword on your tag? Yes, you can do that. All you have to do is search the right word. Search the unique one that you want. The one that people, the one that people wants to know. You know that every day people come on YouTube to get something. Every day people come on YouTube to learn. So you have to create your own keyword. Make them know, so that once somebody is searching, for instance, someone wants to search Nigeria comedies, yours will just appear. That is the work of keyword. I want to talk about reformat existing quality content. That is the number three. Reformat existing quality content. You have a great content, you have to make a great one. Great content enables people to subscribe. If your content is great, people will subscribe to your channel. Yes. If your content is a great one, if your content makes people happy, some people want to be happy, some people want to learn on YouTube channel. So make your content great. People come to YouTube channel to, I think, to get solution. So you have to what? Make your content a great one. I've talked about building videos around a single keyword. I've talked about reformat existing quality content, and I've talked about brand, get your brand. That is, get branded. I've talked about engage with your audience. Now, let me talk about promoting your videos. This is very difficult for people. Some people want to promote their videos, but they don't know how to. There are so many social medias where you can promote your video. I'll be telling you everything here in this channel. All you need to do for me now is, as I'm talking, just please subscribe to this channel, share to friends, share to your loved one, share to everybody you know. Tell them to come and subscribe to E-NOLLY TV. This E-NOLLY TV is a YouTube channel where everything is found. You can find comedy here, you can find motivational videos here, you can find Nollywood videos here, you can find Hollywood videos here. Everything about life, inside life, is here on this channel. So please share to your friends, share to everybody on Facebook, Instagram, all of them. Now, how do I promote my videos? Some people have been asking, how, what are the means I can promote my videos? What are the ways I can promote my videos? What should I do to promote my videos? Now, I'm going to tell you where to promote your videos. Now, number one ways, or where you can promote your video, number one is Facebook. Share your videos on Facebook. Make friends know about your videos. Share your videos on Facebook groups. Share your videos on Instagram. Yes, Instagram is another social media where you can share your videos. You have to share your video on Instagram. Share your videos on, there's a social media called Pinterest. Yeah, Pinterest.com. Just go to Pinterest.com, sign in your name, your email account, and you get started. Pinterest is one of the widest way you can promote your channel. Another social media we have there is LinkedIn. Another place you can promote your channel is what? LinkedIn. LinkedIn is another way, is another traffic where you can get your videos promoted. Yes, LinkedIn is, let me say, is a unique platform where you can get your channel promoted. Another way you can promote your YouTube channel, another social media you can promote your YouTube channel is Quora.com. Go to Quora.com, sign in, and look for any group. If you search YouTube groups on Quora.com, you will get what you want. So go to Quora.com and share your videos to people. Compare them to subscribe. That is the means you can promote your videos. Tell them, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Tell them your upcoming event, and you will see it booming. Another way you can promote your YouTube channel is Thread.com. Your friends do not know this, but I'm telling you this right here. Please don't be stingy. I want you to subscribe. I want you to share this video to your friends, because it will help them. It's just a click. It's just a start, because somebody have asked me so many times, bro, I need my videos to go viral. I need my videos to reach to the top. I need people to know about my videos. This is the ways you can make your YouTube channel unique. Now, another number 6 way you can make your channel grow effectively is show up. If you are running a YouTube by yourself, put your face on it. Yes, it promotes you. It makes you go more viral. You say, you see this face. Yes, I know this face on YouTube. This make your videos unique. Show up your videos. Make people know you. Make everyone, your friends, anyone you have, make them to know you. Now, another thing I want to talk about is post a great thumbnails. Thumbnails attract audience. Some people come to YouTube channel just to search anything they want. So they might be searching and see your videos. Now your thumbnail will make people click your videos. Make a great thumbnails. Make people to see your video as a unique one. Make a great thumbnails. Engaging engaging people through your thumbnail is a great one. Yes, engage people through your thumbnail is a great one. So create thumbnails that will attract audience. Another way you can promote your videos, this is the number 8. Use cards. Use cards. Some people find it difficult to use this card. Card is, if you see some videos, you'll see suggestion video. That is card. So use cards on your video. On my next live stream, I will tell you on how to use cards on your videos. I will tell you the strategies on how to do it, because people will ask me, how do I use cards on my video? Yes, you can do it. Be ready on my next live stream. Hmm? I will tell you how to use cards on your video. Also, another way you can promote your video is encourage your audience to subscribe. That is where we find it difficult. You will do video, after finishing your video, you will not tell them, subscribe to my channel. This is how you can grow. Make them subscribe to your channel. Make them know that your videos are unique. Make them know that you have a great content coming up next. So compare them, encourage them to subscribe to your YouTube channel. Another way you can promote your channel is increase your upload. Increase your upload. Upload frequently. Let me see, if you're uploading Mondays, make sure it's that Monday that you upload your video. If you're uploading on Tuesday, make sure it's that Tuesday. Once that Tuesday reach, you have uploaded your video. If you're uploading on Wednesday, and so on, make them know that your days is your days. If you're uploading your videos on Tuesday, make sure that Tuesday you upload your video. If you're uploading your video on Fridays, please encourage your people to subscribe. I'm still hitting this. Encourage them to subscribe. So that is where I will draw my curtain right now. Please don't forget, subscribe. Don't forget, share. Don't forget, tell your loved ones to do same. And also share this video to your friends. Share this video to everyone you know. Compare it to subscribe. On my next live stream, I will be telling you why people lose subscribers. People will get 1,000, 1 million subscribers before you know it, it will be going down. I will tell you all that. Just what you have to do for me is be active, be frequent, and I will tell you everything you need to know about this YouTube channel. And if you have any question, if you want us to discuss, please just place a comment on this comment box and I will get back to you. I will do everything possible to make sure you get what you want. Please subscribe and share to friends. On this channel you have comedy. My comedies are down there. Imagold comedy. You see my playlist there. You see best of Imagold comedies. Please watch my comedies and you will love it. Don't say I didn't tell you. Please subscribe, share to friends, share to your loved ones, share to your enemies, and share to everyone you know. Make them know that we are here. E-NOLLY TV is the best channel you can ever think of. Everything you need to know is here. Motivational videos, videos, teachings, everything. Please, please subscribe and share to friends. See you next week on Monday. I'm gonna stream live again. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. Subscribe. Thank you.